Put on the smaller spotters, lather up that sun sauce. Gotta prepare for the heat. Welcome back to the channel. We're on a lake that actually I hate. This is probably one of my least favorite lakes on planet Earth to fish for bass. And you probably are asking yourself, why would you be fishing a lake that you hate? Well, you see, the thing is the first time I fished here, I watched Robin Flair catch an absolute Texas mega bag. This lake actually used to be the home of Flair's biggest fish ever, up until he, of course, broke it in Mexico. So I came here for some redemption. This year is all about redemption. I've been going to a lot of ponds, a lot of lakes that I've tend to suck at in the past to try to redeem myself and see if I can figure the waters out. I've had probably 6 or 7 bass fishing sessions out here and probably only caught 5 fish. My biggest being a whopping 2.5 pounds. So we have a lot to work with today. Got the broken dog with me. What are you doing? Rolling around on the carpet. Now she's gonna smell like fish. The day's begun. Let's go to the first spot. Woo! Let's get him! Sorry about that. I just had to get a little pumped up in the morning. Are we gonna get a biggin? Say hi to the peeps at home. All right, what we throwing? What we throwing? What we tossing? I'm thinking we might just throw a freaking bug. Black and blue, you know how we do. That looks good. Water's clear over here. I like the water clarity. Where I was fishing earlier was super dirty. It was like maybe a centimeter viz. Could barely even see my bait. In here, it's probably about a foot, which is good. I'm chucking line of spinner bait. Spinner bug does whatever a spinner bug can. They should change the name of a spinner bait to a spinner bug. I think that sounds way better. Okay, I'm done throwing this. I want to flip. I have like lure ADHD. I just can't fish one lure for more than 5 seconds. It's like, oh, next, done with that. Next, oh, right in the bushes. Nice. That is disgusting. And there's another one right over there. Just I'm seeing more and more of these ginormous dead carp as I continue my way fishing this lake. This not so amazing lake that tends to hate me every time I come to it, which is not a good sign. We had a really strong rain 2 nights ago. It actually knocked down a tree in my front lawn and almost hit my house. So the water's up probably about 2 foot, and I'm seeing a ton of these carp alive, like up in the shallows, rustling around. I think they're eating, but for some reason, I'm also seeing a lot of dead carp. Like, for example, that's probably like, I don't even know, like, how big is that? It's probably like close to a 30-pound buffalo carp. And then over there, I think that's a common, like about a 15-pound common. I'm not seeing any dead bass, but the fact that these big, like, seemingly healthy carp are just floating dead, probably not a good sign. So I may give this like an hour more, and then I'm probably gonna dip out of here. I'm just not, this is weird. I don't know why there's so many dead carp. But anyway, still going good. I saw some dead carp, haven't seen any live bass yet. This is pretty much the typical outing for me when I come to this lake. But I'm not giving up, I'm persevering. I'm gonna freaking do a couple more of these, hopefully one of these, and then we'll call her a freaking day and get on with some other projects that I've got coming down. I need to play some more Vanessa Carlton. Damn it. Wow, what do you know? Another one right there. See him? He's got flies all over him. Oh, this is craziness. Something is wiping these carp out like left and right. It is the carpocalypse right now. Kind of feel bad for these guys. It's definitely gonna wipe out a good population. Like, I'm not kidding. I've seen a ton dead today, like a lot. Not like the, oh, okay, there's a dead carp. It's like, no, I just almost hit one with my boat. Like, that's that's how many are dead right now. Freaking grody, yo. Oh, there's a live one right there, I think. Or it's a bass. Hopefully it's bass. Oh yeah, there he is. Got him, got him. Yes, yes, we did it. We did it, let's go. Usually I don't get hyped for a little 11.5 incher, but this lake has had my number since like I first started fishing in Texas. This is actually one of the first lakes I've ever fished in Texas with Robin Flair. I've come back like 7 or 8 times, barely had any luck. So to catch this guy is like the equivalent of catching like a 9-pounder on like any ordinary lake. I got you. I freaking knew I could catch a fish today. I just knew it. I had that feeling in my fingers. I don't even think this would keep in a tournament. In the water she goes. Thank you so much. Whoa, that was quite an interesting release. It's just so funny because I feel like I literally have just caught, I felt like a 5-pounder. I felt like I caught a 5-pounder. That's how happy I am right now. Rarely does little fish get me that hype, but in this specific scenario, I am just freaking pumped. Old bandito bug did him dirty. Old Dieter bug. Another one. Another one. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good fish. That's a good fish. Here we go. Here we go. Yep. Let's go. We're figuring them out, guys. We are figuring them out. Check it out. That is a good fish. Like right after my little winky dinker. Let's go. Dude, that's seriously got to be like my biggest bass out of here. Like that's a 3-pounder all freaking day. Like now I have some confidence. I was about to leave in an hour, but you know what? I think I'm gonna stay around for a little bit. I had a weird hunch that if I go up shallow and I do what I know how to do best, that being flip, that I could produce at least one good bite for the day. And that's what I was looking for when I first launched. I was just looking for one nice fish. Let's give him a quick drink before we keep talking. Wow, like just a beaut. So sick, so sick. That's an amazing feeling. I don't know about you guys, but whenever I go out in the lake that I have a little confidence with and I find a fish, I stumble upon a bite, it feels almost like 1,000 times better than like having a bang up day of fishing. It just makes me realize that I've like figured something out. Like it's obviously a tough day fishing. The rain is high. This is super post frontal storm conditions. I mean, we had like the worst storm of the season and I'm out here fishing. I could have picked literally any other lake and probably done a lot better, but it was this place that I want to choose and figure out. It's only one fish, but it is a good fish and it makes me just super hyped that I'm getting one step closer to maybe catching another good one. Not a bad one at all. We did it. Put her there. Boop. Okay, so I switched colors there. That little one that I caught came on a darker color, bandito bug. It was a black and blue. But now I'm throwing this Bama bug, which is like a half like purple flake or purple with blue flake, and then like half like green pumpkin. It's like Neapolitan ice cream. You know, the rod I'm throwing it on has been my like all-time favorite rod this season. This is a big, sexy 7'2" rod. A lot of you guys have been asking me like, what's a really solid rod to like bring out in the boat, always rely on, bring on bank fishing missions. I honestly think it's got to be this one. I really do love the rig rod. It's of course the one that I helped design the most, and it's just such an all-around great rod, but this big sexy does a number on him. You have to spend a few extra bucks, but it really is worth it. It's a durable rod. The guides are awesome. I've been stepping on the guides and breaking them up like crazy, and you just bend them right back and it's all good to go. So for a rod that you can beat up, catch fish flipping, for a rod to use for a lot of applications, like, you know, flipping, pitching, frogging, spinnerbaits, even crankbaits, you don't have to look any further than this one in my opinion. So I'll leave this one linked in the description below. I of course use all favorite rods. The other rod I've been using a lot recently is the 7.6 Big Sexy, and then of course that 7.2 and that 7-foot rig Phantom are just mega sauced. Big Sexy 7.2, if you guys want to scoop one, check the link in the description below. I'll leave pretty much all the rods I've been using today linked down below, including some more affordable ones. I know a lot of you guys don't want to spend like $200 on the rod, which I totally get. So I'll leave some other ones that are down in the description that are less expensive, like right around like 80 bucks, that you can pick up and will work really good as well. Big Sexy rod talk. Let's keep flipping. I feel like we'll get a few more. That fish came on a piece of brush that was pretty far off the bank. Gets me hyped. Oh my god, big bass, big bass, big bass. Holy smokes, that was a giant fish. He just came up and like tried to eat like a piece of bait or something. Oh my goodness, that thing was humongous. That thing was huge. Oh my god, how big was that? What if you guys got a glimpse of that on the camera? Holy shit, I thought it was a carp until it freaking came up. Holy moly, that thing was big. He looked like he was chasing something. Wow. You're not gonna believe what I just did. I left my crankbait box in the back of the boat as I was driving, and I just hear this big kaboom. And my freaking, there's my, oh God. Thank God they float. Thank God crankbaits float. Okay, wow, let's clean this up. Oh, the crankbaits. Thank God they float, man. Thank God they float. Here we go, there's two. Not all of them went in the drink, just a few of them. Look at that, that would have been bad. Oh, look at that, look at all those crankbaits. Welcome back to another episode of I'm a Complete Noob. Oh God, grab it, grab it, grab it. And there is the last one. I gotcha. Okay, that could have been seriously bad. All right, one last spot of the day. Let's make it happen.
It's the final countdown.
Oh my God, giant bass. Fucking ginormous bass. Ginormous bass. What is that thing doing? That is like the third bass I've seen that is just so freaking big. Just wallowing. It was like an 8-pounder. What the hell is going on here? Why are there so many ginormous fish just chilling? You guys, that is the 5th fish over like 6 pounds that I've seen just cruising, like aimlessly. Like, why are they doing this? Absolute just monster of a largemouth. There's one. I'm on. Crankbait. Oh, yep. I was checking my rod because my line was wrapped around my guide, or not my guide, but my hook hanger, and he ate it. This last minute spot wasn't in vain. I actually happened to catch one. Little squeaker. See you, Bubby. Looky, come. Good girl. My wiener dog is sea trained. If only you could drive. I wouldn't have to get out the boat, back the truck in. It'd be a lot easier process if she knew how to use her thumbs. Look at her. She's just chilling. All right, your shotgun. Boop. Well, I didn't plan on coming to the Googan headquarters today, but seeing as I have a giant tree fallen in my front lawn, I need to borrow the Googan chainsaw, so that's the only reason I'm here. That, and I also want to show you guys around the warehouse too. I know I've showed it once in my videos, but I figured there's probably something always new coming along with this place. It's just always, it's improving and growing every single freaking day. Oh wow, there goes my mic. Look at that. My mic just fell off. Hey guys, how's it going? Nice. Maybe I'll just hold the mic like this from now on and we'll do some fishing ASMR. Putting the mic back on the camera. All right, let's head inside. Lucky, what you think? What you think? What you think, huh? Oh, go. There she goes. Oh, you fell on yourself. Lucky is definitely the biggest fan of the Googan HQ. It's just like a lot of space for her to like run around. Every time I come here, she just gets super antsy. Look at her, she's freaking jacked up on Mountain Dew. You jacked up on Mountain Dew. You jacked up, go. Looks like we now have some favorite Six Sticks added to the lineup for our retail store. I believe we're launching the retail store right around June 15th. You guys will be able to come into this exact room, pick up some rods, some baits, get some free range coffee over there. And of course, we got some apparel as well. But yeah, all these rods were originally here, but I'm pretty sure these Six Sticks just came in. So we now have some really dope rods in here. I think these are 7 foots. You got some spinnings too. These are really nice. These are probably favorites, best affordable rod that they carry right now. And when we made our initial order, we didn't actually order in these, so we ordered some extras for you guys. We'll probably have more as we get closer to the launch date, which is June 15th. Mark it on your freaking calendar because it's gonna be an absolute banger. It's gonna be amazing. We're gonna open up the store for you guys. Might even do a little karaoke, have some drinks, have some music playing. You know how it is. It's gonna be a really amazing time. It's gonna be more than just a storefront opening. It's gonna be an opportunity to meet you guys and just have fun and really experience what it's like to be a Googan. But this is the storefront so far. I'm pretty sure I already showed you guys this in one of my earlier vlogs, but yeah, we also got some Googan line. Wow, we've got a whole ton of Googan line. Look at that. Oh, we got a Bucky's bra just randomly in the Googan line. That's weird. Then we have some apparel, and to the right, we've got the Great Wall of Googan baits. Just take a look at that. I cannot wait for the date in which we open up. Like I said, June 15th. Pretty damn stoked about that. Also, we've put Gary on display so you guys can come and feed Gary and watch him swim around and eat all the little tiny goldfish, which by the way, there is a figgity ton. Holy smokes. And you can also see Mr. Amazonian cat, whose belly is looking mighty plump, might I add. Holy moly, he's fat. What up, G-Dog? How's it going? Long time no see. So that's that. Let's go pick up this chainsaw and head back to the crib. Yo, you wanna help me cut down a tree?
Yeah, let's fucking do it.
Let's go. Last time I played with the chainsaw, it didn't end too well. Hopefully this time it'll be a little bit easier, but take a look at this. Take a look at this tree that fell because of a storm. How bad was that storm? You were there.
That was gnarly.
Yeah, I didn't need to tell you guys how bad the storm was. Just take a look at that. So yeah, I could pay someone to do this, but that sounds expensive and I just would rather not. So let's just get after it, I suppose. I don't know. Well, that worked. What kind of tree is this? Do you know?
I have no idea.
It's the kind that falls down during a storm. Okay. Wow, that's actually really heavy. Okay, that's the hard part. Chain fell off. Oh, was it too loose? It was probably just too loose. Yep, just cue the roasting right now. I know I'm gonna get smoked because I got smoked in the last chainsaw video. Well, it's...
You're gonna need to put that on.
Hang on, 1 second.
Hi, I'm Dan with Echo Incorporated. Today we're going to talk about how to use and maintain your gas chainsaw. The first thing you want to do is figure out what application you have when deciding what chainsaw to buy.
Okay, let's try this again. Shout out to Ted's Tutorials on Echo's website. I'm now a chainsaw master. No, but in all seriousness, no, I did not realize that you could go on YouTube, search tutorials, and you literally learn that much. So feeling pretty pumped about that. I now realize how many things I was doing wrong after watching that little tutorial inside. But yeah, the hard part's done. And now I'm left with an ugly stump, but at the very least I'm not left with like this, you know, giant piece of standing timber. May not have caught a 5-pounder today, but got to cut on a tree. Anyway, that's it. I have literally no more energy to continue this vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys want to know what I was using today, that being the rod, the reel, the line, the lure, be sure to check the top of the link of the description. I'll just sprinkle it down there for you guys. But I appreciate the views so much. Oh, food's here. I really gotta go. All right, guys, I'm peacing out. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, folks, keep fishing, never stop.